And following last week's video, we had one of our customers get in touch with us, Mr. Rob Dobney, to be precise. And
hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob. And he wants to know how to pack a reserve to the side of one of our Evolution 2 paramotors.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. Our older style reserves, older style harnesses, I should say, excuse me, did accommodate side-mounted reserves. So
yeah,
we're going to look at how we do that right now.
Cool.
First thing we need to do is attach our bridles. If you haven't got your bridles attached to your harness, do that right now. Okay, so fitting the bridles, very standard. It's what we do on all harnesses. So if you look here, we have attachment at each shoulder. There is a Velcro tube over the top, a couple of securing pieces of Velcro here to tidy everything up. The whole thing runs down through a Velcro sleeve and over the pivot arm here, and it's just left hanging loose. That's where we start from. That's the first thing we need to do.
Okay.
Great, moving on to the reserve itself. We have a pocket and the reserve. Pockets are either left or right. They're not interchangeable. It's one or the other.
Right.
This particular one is a left-hand pocket, so that's what we're going to fit. Handle,
Yeah.
2 loops. We're going to put the 2 loops through the loop on the back of your reserve.
Do you do a lark's foot with this one?
Do you know, Rob, that's exactly what we do. It's the easiest way to attach handles to deployment bags. Okay, so just requires a little bit of feeding through there. Okay, we have our 2 loops, a little bit of tension in them. Lark's foot them through.
Brilliant.
Here we go.
Okay.
Good to go. Next job, we open up the reserve pocket. Okay, so our reserve pocket is opened up. It's going to be fitted this way up. So we open this up, and we're going to want the end of the reserve, the bridle on the end, to be coming out the back at the top. So this whole thing, I simply set down here like this, and then it's just a question of feeding it into the pocket. Now, when you start doing this, you're going to think, oh, the pocket's too small, it won't work, I can't get it in. It will go in. It just takes a bit of maneuvering, fiddling around.
Yeah.
It's a little bit tight, but it's not terrible.
It needs to be snug, doesn't it?
It does need to be snug, you're absolutely right. Our reserve pockets have loops stitched into them. So, for this particular reserve, I'm going to use the outer hole, and I just take the loop. So I don't know if you can see this. I'm bending it through, I'm poking it through the hole. So it comes through like that.
Yeah.
Okay, see how I did that?
Yeah.
If I had a smaller reserve, I might use the inner eyelet.
Okay.
That might be more appropriate. So, let's start with this side. It's never going to look pretty when you start. You need a piece of shock cord, glider line,
Yeah.
string, whatever. You'll never be able to pull it just with your fingers. So, I've got the loop. I'm going to use the outer eyelet on here as well, because otherwise it's just a bit snug. Move my handle out of the way, move my connecting bridle out of the way, and I take this and I bring the whole thing together. Okay, so it needs a little bit of, you need to be a little bit positive with this, a little bit brutish, and the end of the plastic rod gets slipped. I don't know if you can see, I've slipped it through the loop. See that?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to gently remove the cord. I'm not pulling it hard. I don't want to put any excessive wear on this loop.
Okay.
So I gently pull it out, and I tuck my plastic straw underneath the side here. Now, I'm just going to leave this attached to the Velcro like this just to get it out of my way for a second. And again, it's the same process here. I'm simply going to push the loop through the outer hole.
Yep.
Out she comes. I'm going to take my piece of shock cord. It goes through that loop. So again, I'm going to use the outermost hole. Gives me a bit more room.
Yeah.
Through this one here. And again, I'm just pulling it tight. Here we go. It goes through there. And I've just slipped it underneath the protective covering there. Okay, so again, I just ease it out, gently ease it out. Now, next thing I need to do, break the Velcro and just get it nice and central. Okay, I want this nice and central. So I've broken the Velcro. I needed to move my handle over slightly this way.
Yeah.
In fact, I need to move it a bit further because these end pieces also tuck underneath here.
Okay.
And you can see this one will hardly make it. So let's just break this Velcro again. Just edge it over a little bit. There we go, that's what we want. Now I can tuck this side under there, this side under there.
Oh, that's super tidy.
Oh, it will be when I'm done, Rob, I'll tell you. Oops, let's just move it up like this. Yep, there we go, that's about what we want.
Nice.
Next thing to do is we're going to attach the reserve pocket to our Parajet harness. Okay, so remember, this doesn't work on all harnesses. It's only on some of the models that we used. So we start at the very top here with a zip. So I've just threaded the zip through. We have a little bit of protective Velcro over the top here. So the zip starts at the top right there.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, I've threaded it through.
Yeah.
I'm doing the zip up.
Down.
On some of these, you find the ends of the zip don't quite match up.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Don't let it worry you.
It's okay to leave
It's
like
just
that,
the
then?
way they are.
Okay.
So they don't quite match up. We just cover it over with the protective flap there. Everything is covered. It's nice and protected. Then we're going to take our bridle. It's going to come over everything, over the swinging arm, over the attachment point of the harness to chassis, and we're going to attach it down here. So again, these are just, we always do these up finger tight. Once it's attached, then I'm going to tidy this up by slipping the metalwork inside my reserve pocket. Just reach through and just pull it through just to tidy it up a little bit. So a nice tidy package like that. There we go. Rob, you've got a side-mounted reserve in its pocket, running outside, bridles outside of everything, without a lot of spare bridle flopping around. Sure, I'm going to tidy all this up when I'm done. This will all be re-velcroed, make it a nice, neat job. That's how you do it. That's all there is to it, Rob. If you don't understand anything, if anything is unclear, if you're having problems, seek help from a professional. Your local instructor will be able to help you. You're always welcome to call us. Thanks very much, guys.